Hello, my name is Crystal, and welcome to the Lunar Chakra podcast. And today's subject is the power of I am, a mantra for empaths, manifestation, and energy shifting. Ooh, I know. So I'm going to go ahead. I put together a little backstory so you understand a little more. I know you've probably at some point in time heard something about I am being like a mantra and what it can do. But I'm going to read a little about the backstory because it's pretty fascinating and give you a little more insight on why this tool, as easy as it may be to use, is incredibly powerful. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to read this for you real quick. It says, throughout history, words have been known to carry immense power. But among all the phrases we speak, few are as potent as the simple yet transformational mantra, I am. At its core, I am is more than just a statement. It is an energetic command, a declaration of existence and a bridge between who you are and who you are becoming. Rooted in ancient spiritual traditions and modern metaphysical practices, these two words have the power to shape reality, realign energy, and awaken the deepest truths within. The origins of I am trace back to sacred texts, where it was regarded as the name of the divine, a force of creation itself. In spiritual teachings, I am represents our direct connection to source energy, the universal consciousness that flows through all things. When spoken with intention, it becomes a vibrational key, unlocking hidden potential, dissolving limiting beliefs, and amplifying the energy you wish to embody. For empaths, this mantra is particularly powerful. Sensitive souls often absorb external energies, sometimes losing sight of their own essence. By using I am with conscious awareness, empaths can reclaim their energy, set clear boundaries, and manifest from a place of inner strength rather than external influence. Whether spoken aloud, whispered, or meditated upon, these two words become a tool for transformation, shifting energy instantaneously. In this episode, we're going to explore how you can harness the power of I am to step into alignment, reprogram your subconscious mind, and call in. Oh, goodness. And it forwarded so fast, I just lost my space where you can, you can tell. I definitely don't. This isn't scripted, but let me go ahead and do this. Sorry about that. I went to click and it just kept going. Sorry. It says, in this episode, we'll explore how you can harness the power of I am to step into alignment, pre-program your subconscious mind, and call in the reality you wish to experience. Let's dive into the magic of the sacred mantra and discover how it can empower your journey. So now that we have a little backstory of like why this is so incredibly important, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about a few things, right? So the power of I am, or just in that statement, let's first, now that we're kind of getting a little understanding, we know a little more about the history and like what it can really do. Let's also take a look, and this is just a little deep dive self-discovery. This is nothing to be cruel. This is the kindness and looking at things with curiosity, right? So let's look at how many ways that we probably use I am that we don't even realize we're using, right? Here's a good one. Definitely, I have had this problem too, that I am so tired. I'm not feeling good. Oh, I am. We say a lot of these things and not realizing it. We're just kind of on autopilot, which it's okay. We all do that. I still do this. But it's very interesting that when we bring ourselves to awareness, not to criticize ourselves, but to give us the opportunity to make a change or make a difference. So if you catch yourself saying, oh, I'm so tired, well, when you catch yourself, that's the important part. Catch yourself and say, oh, well, that's okay. Let's find a different one. And you can just switch around and saying, I am looking forward to a little rest. Now that's a much different energy than saying I'm so tired. But they mean really the same things in expression, but the power of what you're doing with that makes a big difference. Instead of going just claiming I'm so tired, you shifted the whole energy of that saying I'm so ready for a nice rest or something like that. That is also showing that you're observing that, I need a little rest. That's self-care. It's another important thing. So look how much of a powerful shift we had just from going through taking a saying that probably all of us have said at some point in time, sometimes many times, is I'm so tired. And switching the energy completely different, but the same powerful statement, boosting the energy of that by saying, I'm so ready for a little rest. So that's my hope in this, is for you to understand that even though this is going to be an incredibly simple tool, which is, those are my favorites. If they can be done in just a couple moments, these are the kind of tools that are not only very powerful, but they're the ones you're going to actually use and stick with. And that's my hope in this. Okay. So, because this is all about empowerment, right? Okay. So let's have a little more fun and let's go ahead and dig some more in. So we were talking about the history about that and things like that. And now we kind of talked about, now we got a little more awareness is where are we using I am and not realizing what we're doing. And when we catch ourselves, what can we do to shift it, right? So we talked a little bit back about the history and all of that and how it has become something incredibly powerful. And it's powerful in any form. It's kind of like the water of powerful tools in the sense that it can be used in many different forms. I mean, water can be just flowing water, it could be frozen water, it could be steam. Water in all of those different elemental states is still just incredibly powerful as water. The I am statement is just the same. Look at it this way. It can be done where you say it out loud. When like say it could be in a mirror, standing in front of the mirror. I am so grateful. I am these things. I am. That's a statement where you're verbally saying it. And not only are you saying it and it's registering because it's working in your brain, working it through into your subconscious and down in and resetting your energy, it's also the actual physical vibrations of the words that in your body. And a good way to do that, when I teach the heart exercise, I have people put one hand like this and one hand like this. And then if you're just having a light pressure against your rib cage, you can feel the vibrations of the words. Like as I'm talking right now, in the palm of my hands, I can feel the vibrations of my words. So even doing this, especially if you're going to do it as a verbal mantra or just a verbal pick-me-up, put one hand like this, one hand over here, and you can literally feel the vibrations of your words. Now, the next one is you can do it where you're just kind of saying it in your mind, right? Just kind of closing your eyes. Maybe you've got, we've got these, a lot of us have got these 10, maybe 15-minute breaks at work. And what do we really get a chance to do in that time? But what if we listened to maybe put something on, no music with lyrics, just something beautiful in the background, maybe the sound of the ocean rolling in, and put our little earphones on, listening to that, or headset on. And as we're listening to that, just going through and in our mind saying, I am so peaceful. I am so grateful. But in our mind, how powerful would that be? Even if we only did that for a couple of minutes, even 60 seconds would be more than enough to shift your energy using the vibration of the sound of what you were listening to, the fact that you're tuning everything else, taking a little break, and you're really focusing in on here. Okay? So that's one way to use it. You can also, like they said, you can say it out loud, like I'm saying it with, power, but you can also whisper it almost like a little prayer mantra. I am. And it could be just something as simple as saying, I am possible, which isn't another thing, if you realize it, is it's the word impossible, but you're taking back the power of it and saying, I am possible. I am possible. And that can be done as a whisper. So just like I was saying, it doesn't take away from the power of the element of the saying. It's a lot like water. Even though it may be in many forms, it's still just as powerful. It hasn't lost its essence. If anything, it has found ways to make it even more powerful. So now we have a little idea about that. It's like, so how can we really use that? Because I want to understand why. This may sound really easy and simple, remember, but I am is really a very important tool, especially for our empaths or highly sensitive people, because so much of what happens with us, with our gifts, is we feel so much of the world like coming at us. We feel so much of it. And a lot of times when it gets overwhelming and we're kind of like emotionally sunburned and we're in high anxiety mode, we need to be able to reset and not overstimulate. We want to be able to calm down. So in moments like that, using something, a powerful statement like I am, for an empath, we'll use, for example, say, I am somewhere out in the world and I'm feeling overstimulated. And I just take a moment, put one hand over my heart, and I could be saying, even in my mind or saying outside out loud, saying, I am safe. I am peaceful. I am at ease. Immediately you can start feeling the energy shift and you start taking the power back. You start taking the control back over what's going on in your heart space. So to me, the I am statement is incredibly powerful, and it's a great tool that you can use anytime. Like I said, even out, if you're out somewhere, maybe something is going on at work and you're stressed, you could just take a moment, put one hand over your heart, and even in your mind, you can be saying, I am at peace. I am at peace. I am safe. Anything that starts coming to your mind, or you can pre-decide, like maybe a little index card, write a few things down that sometimes you just need to see that to help remind you. You can also do it with little sticky notes and maybe put it on the corners of your mirror. I am possible. I am amazing. All of these things, having those just as a visual is also another powerful way to use this I am, right? So for empaths, this is an essential tool because what it does for us is it gets us out of reactive mode and gets us back into connection with our heart mode, right? So that's one of the biggest ones. So what is this really doing? So, and I apologize, I've got my notes here because I can just go all over the place and I want to make sure I stick to these very important things. So the ones is one of the things this really does too, is it reprograms your subconscious mind. Now, why is that incredibly important, right? Because the brain believes what it is repeatedly told. Now, let me say that one again. Your brain believes what it is repeatedly told. So this, now understand, this is an incredibly powerful thing because of that. And nothing that has been said repeatedly to the brain cannot be reshifted. That's why this is incredibly important. So if this is something, maybe it's your usual habit of doing things like saying, and don't feel bad. I've been like this too. Maybe you find yourself saying, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so silly. I'm so this, as a disempowerment. And maybe you've said that for a very long time and just don't realize that you're doing it. Maybe you're doing it in response of repeating something that's an echo from your past. But the awesome thing about this is a great opportunity for you to reprogram your brain. It's never too late to do this. Trust me, I'm going to be 55 and I'm still learning how powerful things like this are every day. Because learning isn't a destination, my dear. It's a journey. Okay. So the other thing too is what's very important, and this is something a lot of people try to work really hard at, and this is a way to make it not hard work. This is for vibrational alignment and using the law of attraction, right? And you're like, how does that work? Well, think of it this way. So say I am sitting here doing my mantras and I am saying, I am possible. I am possible. What if that's all I chant for just a couple of moments? And I've got my eyes closed with my hands over my heart and I can feel the vibrations of that. I am now giving my brain that feedback to say, I am possible. Remember what I said? When something's said repeatedly, your brain starts to believe it. What a beautiful way to start shifting your energy. What if I only did that for just a couple moments every day? What if I started my day out that way before I ever got out of bed? I put my hands over my heart, I kind of centered in, and I just said, I am possible. I am possible. Well, there's a lot of power in that because you are becoming vibrational in alignment with the vibration of everything and anything is possible, especially you. That's vibrational alignment. That is where actually manifestation really is the seed of it. And it's interesting because a lot of people over the years have talked about manifesting all this. It's about really, sounds like a lot of hard work, right? You have to make it happen. You have to chant it over. You have to force it. You have to just use fake it till you make it. That is like literally trying to force something to flow. You can never really force flow because then it wouldn't be flow, right? So instead of doing this, understand that the most powerful tool in manifestation is what goes on in here. Manifestation doesn't happen outside of you. Manifestation starts in the heart space. Our heart space, our heart chakra, this isn't just where we love from, right? And where we feel emotions from. This is the seat of our soul. This is also our inner GPS. This is our inner North Star. This is also where our inner child lives. Now, that's the other incredibly important part of this mantra. You are not just talking to the you right now. You are talking to your inner child. And I know so many people talk about doing inner child work, and it can be a very long, hard road to do a lot of things and undo things that have happened along the way. But this is a tool. This I am tool is a beautiful, comfortable, safe way to start working on things like inner child work, my dear. So manifestation, the key to it is right here, okay? You've got those three incredible, powerful energies right here. Remember, I said this is the seat of your soul, right? This is also where we are getting basically speaking to our higher self, our intuition. This is our inner GPS, and this is where our inner child lives. Those three energies are incredibly powerful. This is where manifestation comes from. Manifestation in the universe says, well, what do you want? What do you want? So it's listening to what's going on in here. So if your normal play of words, your I ams, so to speak, is if your normal I ams are, I'm so stupid, I'm so silly, I'm so ridiculous, I'm so clumsy. If that's all the universe is hearing, the universe is going to match that energy and bring things into your realm, so to speak, into your existence, people around you, situations or things to match that energy. It's not like the universe is being judgmental. It's actually incredibly neutral. It is matching energy. That is what vibrational alignment really is. That's how we manifest things. So using something like the I ams and backing it up with something even more powerful, which is mirror work. I'll talk a little bit about that in its whole episode. That might come up next. But mirror work, in short, or the gist of it is standing in front of the mirror and looking at yourself and speaking to yourself what you would like to bring into manifestation. It's getting into alignment, right? So instead of trying to think of some big long speech and how do I even go there, you could literally just put your hands over your heart, look in the mirror and look at yourself in the eye and just say, I am possible. I am possible. So not only are you doing this very powerful mantra of the I am, which is an incredibly powerful tool for vibrational alignment, you're boosting it even more by doing it in front of the mirror and doing mirror work. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit more through this, like I said. So we talked kind of like about, speaking the affirmations, right? Now, how can you use this when you're doing like meditation or visualization stuff, right? Where you're not speaking it out loud. What if it's just in your mind that you are saying it, right? So what could you be focusing on while you have your eyes closed and you're trying to get in a good headspace? Well, I will tell you this. I will take the relief off of you. If you cannot sit in a quiet space with just quiet, I am sorry, my ADHD brain, sorry, tripping on my own tongue, will not let me just sit in a quiet room. So what I like to do is, and I have a playlist on this YouTube channel too, you can go ahead and look in it. It's called Digital Zen, and there is all kinds of videos in there with everything, and a lot of it's soundtracks, listening to the beautiful nature sounds out in the rainforest or out in the south of France or on a beach in Bali, and beautiful sounds of nature, which is incredibly powerful in its own right. Find some good music in there, like I said, or some kind of soundtrack. Listen, got that on. You could put the headset on, earbuds, be in a comfortable place. close your eyes and just really listen to the sounds of all that as you kind of like steep into it. It's almost like slipping into like a really nice warm hot bath, right? And you can just feel everything relax. And as you do that, take a moment, put one hand over this, one hand over that, right over your heart space. And even if you just said the whole time, you don't have to think about it, I am possible. I am possible. But saying it in your mind as you listen to the music, and you can even imagine thinking, if you're listening to the beach, imagine yourself standing on that beach. But when you close your eyes and you tune everything out and you've got the added audio and just re-saying those mantras, what a beautiful way for you to get into that headspace and use it where you're not even vocally using it. Now, the other way to use this is in writing. And I say this a lot, especially in this day and age where so much of what we do is touch screens and typing. It's very often, very few times during the day do we actually pick up one of these, right? So now's the time to do that. I say get yourself, it could be a little notebook like this. It doesn't have anything special. I will tell you right now, I bought this literally at my local dollar store, and it was so adorable because it literally says, "Don't quit your daydream." I'm not even kidding you. And this was like $1. So this kind of notebook is perfect. Get a little notebook like that, right? And maybe instead of journaling, which, not everyone can sit down and write pages of stuff. I've got plenty of blank journals that never made it into real journals because of that I'm switching around, but that's a whole nother show. But so get a little one like that. And even if all you do is write in the middle of it, right? I am possible. Maybe you like to draw and you can doodle around, maybe put some stickers on it. But as you're manually writing the I am, and then whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to reinforce or become, remember, in vibrational alignment with, write that down. You could be I am peaceful. I am joyful. I am relaxed. I am hopeful. Ooh, what a good word, right? And just you sitting there, maybe 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes a day, or whenever you need a little pick me up. Maybe you're just really not feeling good, and you writing the words, you just don't feel them yet. But there's magic in that, because if you take a moment to do that, even if it's 5 minutes, listen to, like I said, some kind of really good soundtrack, like the sound of the ocean, the beautiful birds singing, something that the energy of that music will help start resetting your energy. And then you are doing the I am possible, I am this, I am that. And it's a beautiful tool in writing. It is a very powerful thing it's not only for brain work, that is literally neuroscience wise, is literally imprinting that in your brain on a deeper level, because you're not just saying it, you have to actually think deeply and focus to be able to write this out, correct? So three ways to use this. It can be, as, like I said, spoken out loud, right? It could be used in meditation, where it's an internal thing, and then it's in writing. So 3 different aspects, just like with water. So this is another beautiful way to use this. So hopefully now you're getting the idea. You're like, wow, how would I ever realize that I am could be this powerful, right? Super easy to use. It's 2 words, but they're incredibly powerful. Okay, so so we pretty much got it around. We talked about, you can do this as a morning routine. You can do it as a mirror work. Remember I said that, which is a really good way to reinforce it. And I will tell you, especially as an empath, there is a lot of times that we feel very, very overwhelmed. And one of the ones that I like to use is, I can be out in public somewhere and I just put one hand over my heart and I say, I am safe. I am safe. And it's very interesting, because that came up to me one day to see that, because I realized when I'm feeling high anxiety out around, people and situations that feel overwhelming, I realized because I'm being triggered to not feel safe. It may be an echo from something in my past, but that's what my anxiety is trying to tell me, that I don't feel safe. So using the mantra that I am safe, there's something about that literally just starts lowering my anxiety right away. And it's super, super easy to use. I like that. I like tools that you can just grab out of just grab and go like a tic tac out of your purse, right? That's what you like, because this is the stuff you're actually going to use and do, right? Okay. So hopefully this made sense. Hopefully I helped you in some way rediscover, I should say, or discover the power of two magical words. And those words are I am. So I look forward to seeing how you end up using this in your day-to-day. How are you going to take the I ams? I would love to do that. How about if you are still watching this video, by the way, thank you so much because you're helping support my channel. But also go ahead down to the comments and tell me, even if you're not sure yet, give me an idea. What would you like to use about the I ams? What could you do with this to like make a difference? Is it something that like now I have something to help me with anxiety? Is this something that I'm going to learn, help be able to reset and connect with my inner child and start helping them feel safe? What is it about the I ams that you're going to be able to do moving forward? You know, and also too, the other thing I always ask, I am so excited to finally start doing these podcasts, and I'm really excited to share different things with everyone out there. But I also take requests, and I have had a lot of questions that come in that ask me different things that end up being subjects that I either talk about in one of my videos. And so in this podcast, I am collecting questions and stuff for future subjects, and I might just do episodes that are just Q&A, where I take people's questions and then I answer them. And I would love to be able to do that. I would love to hear from you guys. So when you're done with this, go on down there and put down in the comments, how would you like to be using the I am? And also too, to help support my little channel, if you haven't done it yet, please go up and hit the subscribe button. I'm saying thank you already for that. And if you enjoyed this content and you would like to see more, go ahead down below, please, and hit the like. And I would really appreciate that. And so from my heart to yours, you guys be kind to yourself and have some fun with the I ams. Ooh, you're going to have a good time, I promise. Thank you.